Guarding your words, 10 Stoic secrets for a life of wisdom and discretion. Throughout the annals of human history, words, seemingly innocuous tools of communication, have wielded immense power, capable of shaping destinies, sparking revolutions, and even toppling mighty kingdoms. From careless pronouncements to deliberate deceptions, the misuse of language has consistently proven to be a source of conflict, misunderstanding, and ultimately, downfall. Recognizing the profound impact of words on both the individual and society, the Stoic philosophers, renowned for their wisdom and self-mastery, developed a set of guiding principles for the careful and judicious use of language. They understood that true strength lies not in unrestrained expression, but in the deliberate and conscious choice of when and how to share our thoughts, desires, and experiences. This isn't about suppressing authenticity or avoiding meaningful conversation, it's about cultivating discernment, prioritizing inner peace, and using our words to promote wisdom, understanding, and ethical conduct. It's about recognizing that silence, at times, speaks louder than any declaration. This video and its accompanying discussion will delve into 10 essential Stoic principles for guarding your words, exploring the types of information that the Stoics advised keeping private and the reasons behind their counsel. We'll examine the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, drawing upon their insights to illuminate the path towards a more mindful, deliberate, and ultimately, more fulfilling use of language. We'll also explore the practical application of these principles in modern life, offering actionable strategies for transforming your communication habits, strengthening your relationships, and cultivating a more virtuous and serene existence. This journey is about far more than simply avoiding certain topics, it's about cultivating a deeper understanding of the power of words and using that power responsibly to create a more positive and meaningful world. Get ready to learn how to guard your tongue and achieve inner peace. Your wealth and possessions, cultivating detachment from materialism. The Stoics, emphasizing inner virtue over external riches, consistently advise against excessive discussion of personal wealth and possessions. As Marcus Aurelius astutely observed, do not value or desire material possessions. The wise man dwells on wisdom, not on gold. This isn't a dismissal of the practicalities of life but a strategic detachment. Luxuries and wealth, being subject to market fluctuations, unexpected disasters, or simple theft, can vanish as swiftly as they accumulate. Becoming overly attached to material things for your happiness sets the stage for profound disappointment and inner turmoil. Prepare yourself, rather, to relinquish riches with equanimity should fate so dictate, embodying the Stoic ideal of emotional resilience. This practice helps to develop and strengthen self-reliance. Furthermore, boasting about valuable belongings breeds envy in others, contributing to societal dissatisfaction as people fixate on material acquisition. Instead of fueling this cycle, cultivate contentment with life's simple necessities, prioritizing inner enrichment over extravagant accumulation. Should you be blessed with surplus wealth, demonstrate wisdom and compassion by sharing your abundance to benefit those genuinely in need, rather than hoarding more than you require. Ethical utilization of riches showcases a mind governed by reason and compassion. Possessions provide only fleeting pleasure, quickly fading in comparison to the authentic, lasting contentment derived from cultivating inner virtues. Prioritize discussions focused on enriching minds and lives over displaying material excess. The wisest among us tend to understate their wealth, highlighting better uses for it, understanding that fulfillment stems from within and helping others, not mere ownership. Follow their example in avoiding excessive discussion of possessions. What does this look like in practice? Imagine you have recently received a large bonus at work. The non-Stoic reaction is to talk about the new car you plan to buy, or vacation you plan to take. The Stoic avoids mentioning the amount of the bonus or plans for extravagant purchases. Instead, if asked about work, they focus on the interesting challenges they are working on and the satisfaction they derive from their work. They might mention donating a portion of their bonus to charity, focusing on the positive impact of their donation rather than the amount. Why is this important? Avoiding excessive discussion of wealth helps to cultivate detachment from materialism. It also helps to avoid breeding envy in others. By focusing on inner virtues rather than external possessions, we can live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. Counterargument. Some might argue that there is nothing wrong with sharing one's success with others, and that it can even be motivational. While sharing accomplishments is acceptable, the Stoic emphasizes humility and downplaying the role of wealth in overall success. Focus can still be placed on the hard work that resulted in financial gain, instead of the financial gain itself. Other people's faults and shortcomings, embracing empathy and self-reflection. Excessively focusing on the faults and shortcomings of others is a common trap, one that the Stoics strongly cautioned against. Marcus Aurelius advised, confine yourself to the present day, highlighting the futility of dwelling on the misdeeds of others. We are all imperfect, navigating the complexities of life, making mistakes along the way. Condemnation is not only unproductive, it fosters negativity. Instead, the Stoics champion empathy. Seek to understand why people sometimes act unskillfully or harmfully. Often, such behavior stems from past trauma, underlying fear, or manipulated misinformation. By recognizing the influence of these factors, we can cultivate compassion, remembering, "There but for the grace of God go I." Focus your energy on diligently cultivating wisdom, ethics, and excellence within your own life. Led by example, understanding that actions speak louder than complaints about external things you cannot control. When people do act wrongly, respond with patience and rational persuasion, not reactive anger. Remember that we are all interconnected, existing to support one another in growth and learning at every stage. Stoics understand our shared human fallibility. Judging or insulting others mainly highlights your own arrogance, disregarding how you likely appear just as flawed from their perspective. Maintain humility. Enlightened discussion of ethics and ways we can each improve is appropriate among peers, but gossip that exaggerates flaws without context breeds negative feelings all around. Avoid it, choosing instead to uplift and encourage those around you. What does this look like in practice? A group of colleagues is discussing another coworker's mistake on a recent project, focusing on the negative aspects of their performance. Instead of joining in, the Stoic refrains from adding to the criticism, and instead attempts to introduce a positive viewpoint. If they did well on a different area of the project, for example, that is brought up. Or, the problems that the coworker might be experiencing that might have caused the mistake is discussed. Why is this important? Avoiding excessive discussion of others' faults fosters empathy and understanding. It also helps to focus attention on our own self-improvement rather than judging others. Counterargument. Some might argue that discussing others' faults is a way to learn from their mistakes. While there is value in analyzing errors, the Stoic approach emphasizes compassion and avoiding unnecessary negativity. Focus should be on what can be learned, not on judgment. Your ambitious plans and desires, cultivating humility and action. The Stoics caution against boasting about ambitious plans and desires, understanding the corrupting influence of pride and the importance of focusing on action over mere aspiration. Epictetus advised, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess." It's best to keep private any lofty goals or hopes until you have manifested them through disciplined effort. Avoid feeding pride by constantly discussing future aims that may not come to pass. Let your actions and completed work speak for themselves, showcasing the tangible results of your efforts. Desire first and foremost to cultivate virtue, wisdom, compassion, and inner excellence. Do not crave external rewards like fame, status, or wealth as ends unto themselves. True joy comes from living rightly, not applause. Stay fully present and grateful for the gifts already available in your life right now. Perform humble duties with care and vigor, recognizing that a good life is made of small moral steps more than distant glory. Share plans and offer mutual encouragement to trusted loved ones who support your growth and hold you accountable, but resist the wider temptation of vanity. Promising too much courts disappointment for yourself and others. Keep your focus on developing character, contributing good works, and helping others. If acclaim or possessions also come, let it arrive unbidden as a natural result of your principles. Do not grasp for more than you need, understanding that true fulfillment lies not in external rewards, but in the cultivation of virtue and the pursuit of excellence. What does this look like in practice? Someone starts a new business. Instead of posting frequently on social media about how successful it will be, they quietly focus on their work. After the first few successful months, they create a social media account to promote the business, showcasing their achievements instead of what they hope to achieve. Why is this important? Keeping ambitious plans private helps to cultivate humility and avoid disappointment. It also helps to focus attention on action rather than mere aspiration. Counterargument. Some might argue that sharing ambitious plans can be motivating and inspire others. While sharing with a small group of trusted individuals is acceptable, the Stoic emphasizes avoiding boastfulness and focusing on the present moment rather than future projections. Physical pleasures, cultivating moderation and self-discipline. The Stoics advised keeping discussions of physical pleasures and indulgences to a minimum, understanding the fleeting nature of these sensations and the importance of cultivating moderation and self-discipline. As Epictetus stated, limit your enjoyment of bodily pleasures so you never depend on them. Excessive discussion of appetites for food, sex, leisure, and other sensual gratifications magnifies these transient desires, leading to a dependence on external stimuli for happiness. The wise, however, remain detached from momentary pleasures, seeing them as passing clouds. Cultivate moderation and self-discipline in partaking of any lawful sensual enjoyments. Do not let them seduce you into loss of reason or self-control. Enjoy such pleasures serenely and in proper measure, then carry on with purpose. Devote your vital energy toward developing virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These bring authentic happiness independent of external conditions, not fleeting pleasures that tempt like siren songs. Seek always to master your desires rather than become enslaved to them through lack of restraint. Control passions, do not let them dictate your thoughts and actions. Maintain reason's sovereignty. There are times for light-hearted fun with loved ones, but remain focused overall on higher goals and conduct. Do not trade enduring fulfillment for momentary delights that fade like mist in sunlight. Aim in your speech to inspire others also to live rationally, ethically, and purposefully. Elevate discourse above base appetites to rich exchanges of wisdom and meaning. By limiting discussions of physical pleasures, we cultivate self-discipline and prioritize higher pursuits. What does this look like in practice? Instead of posting on social media about an expensive meal you're planning, you quietly enjoy the dinner with friends and family. The emphasis of your social media posts, if you post at all, is on the relationship with those you are enjoying the meal with, rather than the food itself. Why is this important? Limiting discussions of physical pleasures helps to cultivate moderation, avoid dependence on external stimuli, and prioritize higher pursuits like wisdom and virtue. Counterargument. Some might argue that enjoying physical pleasures is a natural and healthy part of life. The Stoic approach does not advocate for complete abstinence, but rather for moderation and avoiding dependence on these pleasures for happiness. Hardships you face, cultivating fortitude and inner strength. The Stoics advise against excessive discussion of the hardships and struggles you face, understanding the importance of cultivating fortitude and inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius stated, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Difficulties are inevitable, face them with poised fortitude, not constant venting. When hardship arises, avoid fruitless complaining or lamenting to all who will listen. This often breeds an exaggerated negativity that infects your own mind and those who indulge it. Keep difficulties in perspective. Meet trials and pains as opportunities to demonstrate and strengthen virtues like courage, justice, patience, and wisdom. Overcoming challenges builds character and leadership. Face adversity with poise and dignity. Do not broadcast details of your struggles needlessly to others. Maintain composure and handle difficulties rationally without requiring consolation. Ask close confidants for support if truly needed. Growth emerges from properly digesting hard lessons. Reflect on each challenge to internalize what it reveals about life and yourself. Persevere mindfully through the darkest nights to witness the coming dawn. With practice, you remain steady through life's ups and downs, neither inflated by praise nor deflated by blame. You become the eye of the hurricane, centered within while storms swirl outside. Face hardships philosophically to grow, understanding that challenges are opportunities for self-improvement. What does this look like in practice? You lose your job. Instead of sharing on social media or with all your acquaintances, you confide only in close friends and family, focusing on strategizing your next steps rather than dwelling on the negative emotions. Why is this important? Avoiding excessive discussion of hardships helps to cultivate fortitude, avoid negativity, and maintain a sense of control in difficult situations. Counterargument. Some might argue that sharing hardships is a way to seek support and connect with others. While seeking support from trusted individuals is valuable, the Stoic emphasizes avoiding excessive complaining and focusing on personal growth. Your achievements and honors, cultivating humility and gratitude. The Stoics caution against boasting excessively of your own achievements and honors, understanding the corrosive effect of pride and the importance of cultivating humility and gratitude. As Seneca stated, true joy is a victory, not a truce. Stay humble even amidst great accomplishments. Avoid arrogance or pride in your talents and successes. Attribute them partly to assistance from others, good fortune, and blessings of nature rather than your superiority alone. No one achieves in isolation. Pay any prosperity forward. Use your accomplishments as opportunities to lift up your community and make life better for others, not glorify yourself. Fame and wealth may come, but pursue excellence for its own merits, not for status. See external validation as a reason for greater responsibility rather than greater pride. Achievements come with obligations to keep using your gifts wisely. Remain a humble student on the path of mastery. Do not rest on your laurels or be content repeating past glories. Keep improving and surpassing yourself rather than clinging to stale accomplishments. Yesterday's victories mean nothing if not built upon. Celebrate progress and allow yourself satisfaction, but avoid obsessing over credentials and trophies. True joy comes from right action, not acclaim. Stay focused on cultivating virtue and serving humanity before all else. By maintaining humility and gratitude, we prevent pride from clouding our judgment and focus on using our abilities to make a positive impact on the world. Gossip and rumors, promoting truth and integrity. The Stoics strongly cautioned against careless gossiping and spreading of rumors, understanding the harm that can be caused by unfounded speculation and malicious intent. As Marcus Aurelius advised, resist your tongue's urge to spread tales. Idle talk about others distracts from purpose. Avoid dwelling on petty commentary and speculation regarding people's lives. Do not give this sonic junk food more space to spread. If a topic does not uplift or truly instruct, it is best not discussed at length. Consider carefully the source, content, and effect of your speech before vocalizing thoughts to others. Are your words positive, useful, and responsible? Ask more than, is it true, but, is it good? Guide conversations to meaningful subjects like ethics, nature, learning, and ways to contribute value in the world. Inspire excellence in those around you. Do not feed negative patterns endlessly rehashing faults. Discuss concerns and even faults to improve your community transparently when necessary, but without needless details added to savor scandal. Speak with nuance, context, and compassion. Idle gossip breeds distraction from purpose and discontent from exaggerating flaws without remedy. The more we dwell on shadows, the darker life seems. Guide your tongue as well as ear toward wisdom. The dignity of humanity warrants care in how we relate. Elevate your exchanges, do not wallow in matters unbecoming our shared divinity. Right speech uplifts all. By avoiding gossip and rumors, we promote truth, integrity, and a more positive and constructive social environment. The unfairness of fate, embracing acceptance and action. The Stoics advise against excessive lamenting over the seeming unfairness of life's circumstances, understanding the importance of accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what we can. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Sometimes events do not unfold according to our hopes and timing, but dwelling on injustice beyond your control simply breeds more distress. Accept external conditions you cannot dictate. Do not squander energy endlessly complaining over hardships or misfortunes that cannot now be changed. The past is cement. Direct your strength instead to responding with wisdom and virtue. When faced with trials, look for opportunities to demonstrate principles of courage, justice, temperance, and transcendent purpose. Take right action to improve things within your power. Accept the rest. With practice, you remain unperturbed by ups and downs beyond your influence, neither dwelling on bad luck nor taking good fortune personally. You flow with events appropriately as they come. Endeavor to remedy injustices, but without resentment over what cannot be altered. In difficulty, search for meaning and growth, not just causes to blame. Suffering is part of life. How you respond defines you. Do not burden others by fixating on unfairness. Led by facing what comes with poise, good cheer, and determination to shine light. Your conduct can inspire. By embracing acceptance and focusing on action, we cultivate resilience and create a more positive and meaningful existence. What does this look like in practice? Someone is passed over for a promotion they believed they deserved. Instead of complaining about the unfairness of the decision, they focus on identifying areas for improvement and developing new skills to increase their chances in the future. Why is this important? Avoiding excessive lamenting over the unfairness of fate helps to cultivate acceptance, focus on action, and maintain a positive outlook in the face of adversity. Counterargument. Some might argue that acknowledging injustice is necessary for fighting for social change. While advocating for fairness is important, the Stoic emphasizes avoiding excessive dwelling on negativity and focusing on constructive action. Death and mortality, finding meaning in the present. The Stoics advise against constant anxious discussion of death and mortality, understanding the importance of embracing life and focusing on the present moment. As Seneca stated, let us prepare our minds as if we come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Death hovering nearby gives life focus. Keep priorities straight. While death's inevitability should instill perspective on using time diligently for good, obsessing over it breeds morbid fear that distracts from purpose. Accept death's uncertainty calmly, it cannot be escaped. Live each day to the fullest as if it were your last. Do not procrastinate expressions of love, immense adventures, or creative joys. Perceive time as precious and fleeting, make the absolute most of the moments you are given. Be ready to depart gracefully when death arrives, with your affairs in order, relationships mended, and potential fulfilled. Do not cling to life when your season has passed, go to meet the unknown in peace. Take reasonable health precautions and avoid unnecessary dangers, but do not become defined by evading mortality. Creating meaning is found by courageously embracing life, not hiding from death. Remember, death gives context to frame what matters most here and now. Keep priorities straight by measuring choices in light of time scarcity. Invest this transient existence well. Do not trouble others with constant gloomy talk of mortality, enjoy fellowship and service with good cheer come what may. A long life brings the gift of more generosity. By embracing mortality, we find meaning in the present moment and live each day with purpose and intention. The future, embracing uncertainty and focusing on the present. The Stoics caution against excessive discussion and worrying about the uncertain future, understanding the importance of focusing on the present moment and accepting what we cannot control. As Marcus Aurelius stated, look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig. It is natural to think ahead and make reasonable plans, but fixating on controlling future outcomes only breeds anxiety since what will happen is ultimately beyond your control. Instead, keep your mind focused on fully living each day with purpose, wisdom, and service. The present moment is the only time truly within your power. Make use of now. Learn from the past and prepare prudently for possibilities ahead, but do not lose yourself in reminiscing or daydreaming at the expense of acting on present duties. Keep perspective. When you catch your mind wandering to future what-ifs, gently return focus to the current task or interaction. Progress requires meeting each minute mindfully as it comes. This builds a life of meaning that flows well. Trust that by aligning your character and conduct with timeless virtue, you are prepared to meet whatever the future holds. Have equipped poise facing uncertainty. Stay centered in each moment. Do not trouble others with excessive worrying over hypotheticals. Inspire those around you with calm presence and reason focused on today's potential. We share now. By embracing uncertainty and focusing on the present, we cultivate inner peace and live each day with purpose and intention. These 10 Stoic secrets offer a powerful guide for cultivating wisdom, discretion, and inner peace in a world filled with noise and uncertainty. By guarding our words and carefully choosing what we share with others, we not only protect ourselves from unnecessary conflict and disappointment, but we also contribute to a more positive and meaningful world. Embracing these principles is to practice self-mastery and inspire a similar focus from others. Focus on what is within your control and do not let external influences affect how you view the world. Thank you for watching, and may this Stoic knowledge lead you towards a fulfilling life.